Broncos country, let's ride. What's going on, everyone? Wanting to talk a little bit about the state of the franchise, where the Broncos are at right now. My review right now of Sean Payton through his first year with the Broncos, what we're doing at quarterback, all of that. Would appreciate it if you hit that like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Consider subscribing if you're a Broncos fan, Bus fan, football fan, all that. Here's the thing. This year has been a great year for the Broncos. Am I disappointed after the 5-game winning streak that we didn't make the playoffs? I mean, just back-breaking losses, a blowout to the Lions. But then we got outplayed by the Patriots at home on Christmas Eve. Russell Wilson got clearly outdueled, outperformed, outplayed by Bailey Zappi. It was bad. Russ is done after that, okay? Now, we had a nice win this past week against the Chargers where we went with Jared Stidham, scored like 19 points, something like that, okay? Offense did look better, even though it was really the same result at the end of the day. It's just the way we were moving the ball down the field was done a little bit more methodically than it was with Russ when you have somebody that kind of goes outside the pocket very quickly, that's scrambling a lot, does a lot of stuff kind of off script, okay? Jared Stidham, I thought, performed very well. I think he's a good backup to have in this league. Anybody that's telling you that Jared Stidham is anything more than maybe a bridge quarterback, if that, they're lying to you. I think Jared Stidham for $5 million, he's going to be just fine if the Broncos decide to go in that direction with him as a bridge quarterback in the future. But I'm just going to read off the win totals right now for you guys. Well, actually, why don't I go ahead and share my screen? Sean Payton's done a great job. And guys, I mean, I saw this team maybe winning 5 or 6 games this year. Look, we won the Super Bowl in 2015. We go 9-7 with Trevor Siemian the year after that. That is the last time we had a winning record, was in 2016. We've then had a string of losing seasons with 5-11, 6-10, 7-9, 5-11, 7-10. Then last year was absolutely disastrous with Nathaniel Hackett, 5-12. And right now we're sitting at 8-8 with the possibility to have our first winning season in since 2016 at 9-8, or we could finish 8-9. Regardless, this is the most wins we've had since 2016 as well, going 9-7. Sean Payton's done a great job. I was really surprised where after this win, where the Broncos had the same offensive output with a $5 million quarterback compared to a $45 million quarterback, I hear callers and people calling in on radio shows and podcasts saying how they're just so upset with Sean Payton and the job that he's done this year. What did you guys expect? This roster has been absolutely gutted over the past couple years, especially with the Russell Wilson trade and contract extension. This roster has a long ways to go, and it's not just at the quarterback position. Again, I thought we would have Russ play better this year because of Sean Payton, and I mean, that's what we got. But guys, we've been so used to seeing Trevor Siemian out there, Case Keenum. Who else has been a quarterback? Paxton Lynch, Joe Flacco, Drew Lock. We have been so used to seeing bottom tier NFL quarterback play over the last 7 years or so, that with Russ having an average year this year from a quarterback play perspective, I think some of us got tricked into thinking that, like he was elite or completely back to where he was 10 years ago. No, that's not it. Yes. Did he have a nice touchdown to interception ratio? Absolutely. But if you look at a lot of the advanced metrics where he was with a lot of the advanced throws, he was a bottom end quarterback, average play at best some of these weeks. And again, if you look at the tape, if you go back and look at the replays of these games, if you go look at the all 22, I mean, there's a lot of guys in Broncos country on YouTube that will do fantastic film breakdowns. Russell Wilson wasn't seeing guys open. That's the thing. A lot of these plays that Sean Payton was calling up for Russell Wilson, it just wasn't he just wasn't seeing the guys open, or he was running around. You saw him run himself into a handful of sacks this year. Okay. I think ultimately Russell Wilson got better this year under Sean Payton, but you're I mean, you're fooling yourself, guys, if you feel like this is a mistake for the Broncos to move off of Russell Wilson. We got 8 wins with average quarterback play. Okay. Um, this is the right move in terms of where his contract was structured, how to get off of it right now. Okay. We needed to make that move right now, or else we're locked into the next couple years at least. And the quarterback play just wasn't good enough. I mean, he's going to be in his late 30s here soon. It likely wasn't going to get that much better, um, if better at all, over the next couple years. And I think Sean Payton wants his own guy in there. I think the whole organization, the ownership, is on the same page with that. And I don't understand, guys, where this narrative is about the Broncos are doing him dirty. Sean Payton is doing him dirty. No, it was Russell Wilson's team that decided to disclose this info to the public about his injury guarantee and being asked to delay that, not get rid of it, just delay it, which probably would have increased his chances of being on the roster next year. Because it changes the whole cap situation. But it was his team that decided to disclose this. And this is just business. I mean, when you are getting essentially the same offensive output at the end of the day with a $5 million quarterback compared to a guy that's paid 9 times more than that, the quarterback that's paid 9 times more than that is just not living up to that contract. And it's clear. I think Russ is a great guy. And I love that Russ is a big member of the community, does a lot of community service, charity work. I love that he's always courtside at the Nuggets games, all of that. I'm bummed it didn't work out. But this is a results-oriented business, and I'm not gonna feel bad for anybody that's still making it out with another $250,000 of guaranteed money or so. Okay. I'm just not. Sean Payton has made a difficult decision, but it was the right one. Um, and it wasn't just football reasons, and it wasn't just contract related, like both sides are wanting to tell you. No, this was a results decision, a football decision based on the contract value. It's both, guys. It's not that hard to understand what's going on here. Russell Wilson wasn't living up to his end of the deal for what he was being paid, and something has to change. We have to get a guy in here that Sean Payton is totally down with. And same with the ownership. I know the ownership, it's been reported that they were the ones mainly driving this contract extension or whatnot. I guess. I don't feel like that trade happens. Russell Wilson waives his no trade clause if George Payton and the trust is not guaranteeing that a contract is going to be done. A contract extension is going to happen, right? At the end of the day, the Walton Penner Group came in here after Russell Wilson was acquired. The guy that they have brought in, that they did have a say bringing in here, was is Sean Payton. And Sean Payton has done a fantastic job this year with what he was given. Guys, again, I don't know what people are telling you. This was not a playoff team. Absolutely not. Again, I was seeing maybe 5-6 wins this year. The fact that we have gotten to 8 wins right now is very impressive. And it just goes to show you how much work there is to be done with this team when you beat teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, like the Buffalo Bills, but you're losing to the Patriots, the Commanders, the Jets, the Raiders, all of that. We're going to cross that hump, I think, this next year. And it's important for Sean Payton to get this guy, to get a quarterback in here that he believes in. So let's take a look at where we're at right now with the draft standings. Because right now you can afford to take that cap hit with Russell Wilson while you have a rookie quarterback on that rookie contract scale. Okay? So right now we're sitting at pick 14. Now, I want the Broncos to win. I would love to have our first winning season since 2016. But if we're losing, if we lose to the Raiders this week, we're able to hop them in the standings up to close to a top 10 pick, that's going to put us in Jaden Daniels territory. Maybe we just put up with one more losing season, guys, and take the 8 wins, as a big improvement. That's what I'm thinking. because we're going to be in striking range for Jaden Daniels. Michael Penix, I know, has had a lot of shoulder ACL injuries, but he's played very well at Washington. I would be happy with him. A guy like Cam Ward, late first, second, third round. Okay. That's interesting. No Bo Nix. No Bo Nix. Unless he's a third or fourth round pick or farther back than that. You know, not a first round pick. We don't have a second round pick as of right now unless we trade back. So we're gonna have to see. But ultimately, I think Sean Payton has this team going in the right direction. He's done a great job. He's a proven winner. The Saints won consistently with him there. Revitalized Drew Brees. He just needs a quarterback in there where they're on the same page. They play with that same philosophy. They think about the game in the same way. Russell Wilson's a good football player, but he doesn't think about the game the same way Sean Payton does. Okay, and you need everybody to be aligned. As Buffs fans, we saw when there wasn't an alignment this year with Sean Lewis and Shador Sanders. Okay, it is important to be aligned with your quarterback and your offensive philosophy. And I think Sean Payton tried to do his best, but clearly you see the players could see it too, that Russ wasn't hitting guys. And this isn't just a Russell Wilson, he deserves blame for all this. No. Every area of our team this year has played their part in why we have 8 losses right now. No doubt about it. But we're not getting elite quarterback play regardless. And an elite quarterback is really the only thing that's going to get us to that elite level of NFL standing, where we are going to be competing for Super Bowls consistently. Yes, you can win with a big defense. Is it a coincidence that Russell Wilson won his Super Bowl with one of the best defenses of all time? I don't think so. We know how that is with Denver winning our Super Bowl in 2015. We got okay quarterback play from Peyton Manning, but that, he couldn't feel his hands, guys. He couldn't feel his hands, okay? The more sustainable way to build a consistent winner is with an elite quarterback. I think this could be the way to do it. So I'm hoping this is my plan. We bring Jarrett Stidham back, sure. But there's a guy right now that's going to be a free agent, if I remember correctly, that has the trust of Sean Payton, that played very, very well with Sean Payton during his time in New Orleans, okay? Jameis Winston. Bring him in as a bridge quarterback to somebody like Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, some of these other guys that I named. If we can't go up and get Caleb Williams, right? Or Drake May, which I'm a little unsure about those guys too. But I'll be cool if we can just pick a rookie quarterback and build around him, okay? I do trust Sean Payton's judgment when it comes to the quarterback position and evaluating that. But Jameis Winston, he's a guy who understands the system, that played within it, that played well in that scheme in New Orleans, minimized his turnovers a ton, and the Saints won a lot of games. I love it. I would love him to be here. I'm a big Jameis Winston fan. Going back to his time at Florida State, I think he's hilarious. I think he's a great leader. He's very smart, and he could help groom a guy to be that next big-time quarterback here in Denver. And I think we can win games along the way with him, okay? I think we can. I think we can get to the playoffs with Jameis Winston. If we're on the cusp of getting to the playoffs with somebody like Russell Wilson, surely we can be in that same position, if not a little bit better, with Jameis Winston. That's just how I feel about it. We'll see how all this cap works itself out in terms of how much money we have to devote towards the quarterback room with this cap hit. But that's what I would like to see, is bring in somebody like Jameis Winston, have a rookie quarterback in here that we can groom behind him, and then have Jarrett Stidham back there as well. I want a deep quarterback room. I would love 3 guys that we can trust. Again, most guys now, or teams in the NFL, kind of go with 2 guys on the roster, 1 guy in the practice squad. I don't care. have 3 guys on the roster. That's what I would like. So y'all let me know what you think. Right now, the hate towards Sean Payton, no, you know what I hate is losing. You know what I hate is somebody not living up to their $250,000 contract, okay? You know what I hate is just an anemic offense where you can't throw um, to guys that are open when you're standing in the pocket, guys with bad pocket presence. No, you win from the pocket in the NFL. That's what we need to find in our next quarterback. Somebody who has that mobility, yes, that can run, that can take hits, that's taller than their offensive line, that can see over their offensive line, okay? That isn't 5'11. Again, life is just easier when you're taller. That's just what it is. There's a reason why there's not many successful short quarterbacks in the NFL. Drew Brees was still 6 feet at least. Okay. But that's an anomaly. Okay. Let's go get a guy 6'2, 6'3, 6'4, 6'5, 6'6. You win from the pocket. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Please hit that subscribe. I'll be back talking Broncos, Buffs, college football, everything again soon. Broncos country, let's ride.